Warning.
Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Miss Crispy. Can I get that crispy? Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Mr. Detroit on the Detroit Stand Up Podcast. There we go. Tiff, how you doing over there?
Awesome.
Church hugs and high fives.
Yeah.
Vibration on bang over there.
Yeah.
All through the speakers and everything. Mark, how you feel over there?
I'm great.
Yes,
it's a
sir.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Once again.
The name of the show, as you see, Mark put the title because he said my title was a little bit too long and everything. So I had to dumb it down and everything. But qualities of a man. So when I say qualities of a man, Tiff, I'm asking because last week we was talking about the ladies. So this week we talking about the men. And so when you see men, Tiff, the qualities that you see of a man, is it marriage material? Is it boyfriend material? Is it smash material? Or is it bitch boy or scent material? And that's the topic that we're gonna roll with.
All right. Okay.
So, you know, and that's what we throwing out there. So, but the hot topics, Queen Elizabeth, Tiff.
What about her? She's dead.
Them motherfuckers is clowning over there. Like
They acting a whole damn fool.
I heard somebody call out one of the I think it might have been her brother or something like that. Somebody was like, you a fucking douchebag for touching the little girl. Somebody passed out. Did you see the guy passed out today?
Nah.
He was standing there, and I guess you have to make, a tin hut.
Oh, he locked his knees. You're not supposed to do that.
And the brother passed. It was a white dude that passed out, and it just looking at that, it makes you think like they whole family is creepy.
All of the royals are.
Yeah.
That's that that entitled
Yeah.
shit that they have going on. But
That
as far as
that inbreedment too, that like
yeah, oh my goodness, marrying your cousin will do that shit to you.
Yeah.
As far as whether or not I care, the answer simply would be I feel bad for the people who loved her, who lost her, but do I care personally? Not at fucking all. She was a colonizer.
Yeah.
They're a bunch of fucking thieves. So if I have to give you a short answer, it's no. If I have to give you the long answer, it's fuck them and they can all eat dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know that I started doing my research on Britain and everything. You know they own Canada?
They are colonizers
Queen Elizabeth is the biggest real estate owner in the world.
in the world.
I start looking at that shit. I'm like,
I think
who the fuck let you?
Australia, Brazil, I believe, Canada,
Parts of Africa.
Yeah.
parts of Africa as well, right? That's why the I believe it's called the Sun of Africa or something like that.
The Star Africa.
The Star of Africa.
Yeah. That came from Africa. They've stolen jewels
The
from
largest diamond stone on Earth.
Yeah.
Right?
and it's in her
It's in
scepter.
her crown. Is it her crown or the scepter?
One is in the crown, one is in the scepter.
Yeah.
So the blue one is from India, and that one is in either one. But anyway,
I think the blue
they're
one is
thieves.
in the crown. Because I remember seeing. And then the Star of Africa was actually owned. His original owner was a 10-year-old boy.
Nope, the blue one was from the 10-year-old boy.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
okay.
the blue one. But they're a bunch of fucking thieves. Colonizers. They rob people. They murder indigenous people, and it's crazy because so I was watching this show and I can't remember what the name of it. I'll tell y'all what it is later, but it was actually about how over in the UK a lot of people don't like the Irish, and the Irish don't like them. They were kind of like Haiti and shit like that, where they did not want to be occupied. So they chose not to be occupied. I think Britain occupied Haiti also. And Haiti just finished paying them off to get them the fuck out of Haiti. Yeah, that part.
Yeah. And when I start like looking at that, I'm like, like I said, they weird, they wicked,
Yes.
and it was a story how over in Haiti, they sent some army troops to steal the gold from Haiti.
Of course.
And the quality and the amount of gold that they stole was like 8 point something billion.
And then Haiti still had to pay
Yes.
for them not to occupy Haiti anymore.
I said, what the fuck is going on here? And they held, it was certain stuff that they wouldn't let Haiti get any resources and everything.
Yeah.
So they slowed down the process and everything. And I'm like, what sick people would do some shit like that? Them people.
Yeah,
So,
that part. You know what? We were, I was online the other day, and of course they got this whole Ariel thing going on because the new Ariel is African American young woman, which I am. Hoorah for that shit! Like I'm loving it. And they're mad because she's black. They're always angry and stealing, and if it does not have anything to do with them,
Yeah.
if they are not fully represented in everything, they're angry. I just want to tell you guys too to eat dicks. All right, and next.
Yeah. New music, Tiff. Have you came about any new music that's been coming out?
Busy. I haven't been able to listen to
Okay.
anything. I did listen to the DJ Khaled's new song with Wayne, Jay. I did get a chance to listen to it.
Did you like it?
I did, but like Jay was 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Everybody else had like 32 seconds.
Hey, man,
He was going and going
Yeah.
and going and going. I was like, he just should have put Jay on there by itself.
yeah, I
It
think
was really Jay-Z featuring
Yeah.
Rick Ross and Lil Wayne, but they just couldn't do that on the album. You know?
yeah.
So yeah.
They needed more people on that one song, but for why?
and it seemed like he was proving something. Like
At this
I need
point,
to,
Jay don't have nothing to
hey,
prove.
man, that competition when you get in an arena, and you got a couple people. Rick Ross is a hell of a MC.
He is.
Wayne
I
is a hell of a
can't stand
MC.
Lil Wayne, but okay, he be doing his thing.
Yeah.
But my whole thing was, he don't have nothing to prove at this point. Like, what else can you prove? You at this point are a billionaire.
Yeah. Yeah.
These mugs who be out here, they thousandaires, maybe, or they in debt because they owe the record company money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wouldn't think that at this point Jay had any damn thing to prove. But whatever.
Yeah. And speaking of record companies and everything, the gentleman, I don't know if you familiar, PMB Rock.
I am not familiar.
Okay.
But I did hear that he passed away.
Right.
But that was kind of overshadowed in my mind by the fact that Jesse Powell passed away. And I remember him just being young, and I loved him. His voice was beautiful. So yeah, that part.
Yeah, and from what I got about PNB Rock, it's probably pretty nice and something whatever the
And
initials,
bold. Pretty nice and bold.
something like that.
Okay.
They love throwing the initials out there.
I doubt it.
You don't
That's
think
what
so?
I doubt it. But,
Highly.
all right.
But I mean, whatever. I think it was good.
She threw it. You
I'm putting my hat in the ring. I put bold on the end.
hell of an analogy, huh?
Hell yeah.
But what I got from the gentleman, it seemed like the gentleman was it seemed like he was very intelligent.
Okay.
He was different from all of the other guys that's out there.
Was he able to put a cohesive sentence
Yes, he
together?
was.
And you can understand his words.
Yes.
Oh my
The only
goodness.
thing I don't understand about him was the last video he had. He was comparing it. He said he grew up on Drake.
Okay.
And he was like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take Drake's vibration and I'm gonna add it to the street, because I'm like one of them street niggas.
Okay.
And everything that I talk about is from the streets. I've been living in this, I didn't came from jail. I didn't did this. I didn't did that. So I'm gonna relate everything I can to the streets of my 24 years of living. And so he said this when he was like 24. So now he's 30.
Okay.
And so when I start looking at some of his interviews, the brother would be talking very intelligent, and then all of a sudden he would have this switch and then be talking like he from the streets. And I'm looking like,
I mean,
Why?
it's possible. I do it all the time.
But do you act like you from the streets, Tiff?
I'm a lady.
Okay. Sometimes I'm just
Lying.
saying.
Sometimes I be on one, but you know, I mean, okay. So here's the thing. So dealing with people who have what is considered to be a duality as far as their personality is concerned. So they have a person A and person B. You be person A here because you have to out of necessity, and you be person B because that's a part of who you are.
Right.
So it's like talking about, what was the guy? He was talking about being a nigga and a nerd.
I ain't never heard that.
Oh my goodness!
Somebody said that.
Yeah, he said he was a nigga and a nerd, and it was kind of dope the way that and I'll send it to you when I look for it tonight. But it was kind of dope. He was talking about his duality of personality and how he is he's both. He's a nigga and a nerd. So he hood and he's smart, and he knows how to act in both roles.
So when you
Ain't shit wrong with that.
So when you hood, because I'm trying to break this down. When you hood, you gotta like you from the streets.
And you could be.
Meaning that you gotta talk that street shit, right?
And you need to.
You gotta talk that gun shit, right? You gotta talk that dope shit, right? You gotta talk that you catching bodies, right?
I don't really like all that shit.
I'm just saying because when I looked at it and me and Mark was talking about this. It's a lot of motherfuckers in the funeral doing that shit, and me and Mark was talking about like this. We was talking about, no, me. I was talking about this. Mark said, "Leave him out of this." Mark, we was talking about funeral, and so I'm like, somehow we was talking about the funeral, and I was like, shit, that needs to be a rap group, the Funeral Boys. And so, so
you just can't help yourself, man. Look at it.
And so, listen, Mark was like, shit, there's already a group out there.
Called the Funeral Boys?
Called the Funeral Boys.
Are they putting niggas in body bags? Is that what they saying?
The Funeral Boys.
Okay.
King Von and the Funeral Boys.
Okay.
I mean, we gonna keep it 100. Nipsey and the Funeral Boys. It's a lot of brothers.
We missing a lot of brothers.
Yeah. That are in the that have had a funeral that should not been in a funeral, because at the end of the day, them dudes were good dudes. But when you start talking that, like you say, you got the
nigga and the nerd,
right? And so when that nerd want to say, I don't want to be that nigga no more, but that nigga be like,
but you still the nigga, right? Yeah, I don't know.
Then all that shit come back and get you.
I guess what I look at more so than anything is the fact that as a people, as a collective, instead of us hoorahing or being big upping or whatever it is we calling it now, congratulating, giving somebody their flowers, instead of us doing that, a lot of times what I see personally is that instead of us doing that, we hate, instead of trying to figure out what this person did to move their self to the next level. So instead of me looking at Mark and being like, damn, Mark is doing his thing, doing X, Y, and Z. This is amazing. I'm so happy for him. Instead of me doing that, I'm trying to figure out how I can plot on his downfall. I don't want to plot on Mark's downfall. Right. I want everything for Mark to be amazing. You know what I'm saying? Or I can look at you and be like, yeah, and I hate this. Oh yeah, Mr. Detroit, he got his little podcast. He doing his little shit and belittling or making what you do minuscule. I don't. Like, it's something that irritates the shit out of me. Because the way that I kind of view it, whatever you do, to me, as long as it's positive, is amazing. If you getting money, I want you to get all the motherfucking money.
You gotta bring that bitch back though. Bring some of that money back.
Yeah, bring the money back. However you want to do it. Be able to take care of you and your family, because when it's my turn, I want to be able to do something amazing and take care of me and my family. So instead of us doing that, what we see a lot of times is we see where people are just like, it's not enough pie for all of us. So I have to make you look bad in order to make myself look good. Like, you can go eat a dick too. Yeah.
I just don't like that. That's why I like, especially when I see younger kids and I'm talking to younger kids, it's like it might be three things I tell them to stay away from. Like if kids can master everything else, but don't go on. Don't be no rapper. Don't be no basketball player. Don't be no football player. Like, don't be the athlete. Don't be the rapper. Like do something, because what I've seen is it's a pattern, especially with everybody want to be a rapper.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to be this rapper. So that means you have to portray this image. You got to be like this tough guy. And being tough sometimes, it's hard being tough, because you got to put this like this persona on
every day, all day, being somebody who you not. That shit would
you got to go. These my fake buffs, right? You got to go get the fake buffs. You got to act like you smoking weed. You got to act like you drinking all of the bottles, taking all of the pills. When at the end of the day, you could just be you and don't even have to do that.
So it's a rapper that I like. He's a Christian rapper. And I like
dreads.
him. I don't know whether he has dreads. It's Bizzle or something like that. I love this one song that he got. I love it. And he's being what he is. He's not trying to fit into that mold of street shit. But it's the same thing that we were talking about before when we were talking about Jay, and I said the one thing that I like about Jay is Jay's rap grew with him. His lyrics started off one thing and they ended up someplace else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you have to appreciate that. Here's the problem with a lot of these dudes. They out here talking about what they doing, who they killing, flashing money. I was just looking at, what did they call him, Draco? What's his real name?
Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy. I was just watching the video, and let me tell you, I don't have no qualms with him. Go ahead and live your best life, my brother. But I'm going to tell you what I don't like about him.
Soldier Boy?
Yes.
Okay.
Every fucking interview he does, he flashes his money because that is who he is, and that's all he has. To me, personally.
Right.
So his persona is the money is included in his persona.
Okay.
The way that he kind of moves, it's just.
I like Soldier Boy. I like his energy.
The energy might be fine, but you got to look at everything that he's kind of projecting as far as what I want my kid to be like him.
Right. Well,
the answer is no.
Some of the ideas that Soldier Boy have, because I remember when he was on one podcast and he was talking about with Academic, and he was talking about how Academic was talking about, like, you know, you didn't do this, you did that, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. And he was like, man, listen, I was the first dude. This one, I guess the cancel culture was trying to cancel him, and he was like, man, listen, I started this, like, Soldier Boy was the first dude that go on YouTube and to steal beats off of YouTube and make it. He made a lot of money off that.
And it's fine for you to make the money. That's not my problem. Making the money is fine. That's a wonderful thing. Make the money, take care of you, take care of yours.
Right.
However, every fucking interview that he does, he has 10 stacks of cash.
It's just a couple too.
No, it's like 10. I literally sat there and I looked at it. And the only thing that I can think is, if this raggedy motherfucker think that the best that he can do is flash some cash and have people not even appreciate the words that come out of your mouth, have people not even appreciate the skill set that you have or being able to accomplish what you did. If the only thing that you have to offer to society is flashing all this goddamn money, I don't like you.
Right.
You gross. He's kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, he irritates me.
I like Soldier Boy.
That's nice. I don't. And he can be a really wonderful person by himself. But the things that I see from him, every time I see him, that's just like, okay, Charleston White, he's another one. I don't dislike Charleston White. I can appreciate a lot of his ideas and ideologies, the way that he thinks that he's portraying himself. But to really be honest with you, at this point, I think that his message is being obscured by the amount of bullshit that comes out of his mouth.
Some of the shit that the majority of his shit that he say is 90% right.
No.
The other
His
shit,
message is one thing. The shit that comes out of his mouth, like calling people's babies ugly. Nobody wants to fucking listen to you. Charleston White. Nobody wants to listen to you. I don't know who baby he said was ugly, but I heard him say it.
You probably need to go see that baby.
It don't make no difference. Leave people's fucking kids out of your bullshit.
Tip, you ain't never seen the ugly baby?
I have seen very unattractive children.
Okay.
Here's the deal.
Damn.
For as long as any of our sitting presidents, as long as I've been alive, were in office, I have thought things about their children. Right?
George Bush has ugly kids.
Now, would I come onto any platform and speak ill of his children? No. I don't have to agree with your politics. I don't have to agree with the way that you prioritize yourself, your life, whatever. Your kids don't have nothing to do with anything that you have to do with.
Okay.
I looked at Trump's kid. I don't like Trump.
But Trump daughter's fine.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm
I don't
just
like
saying,
her. Her face look funny.
He ain't got no
That's
ugly
not.
kid. I mean,
But see, she's an adult.
right.
The one I'm talking about is once he got in the office, Barron was a child. My thing is, he don't have shit to do with nothing. Them calling him saying that he looked like he retarded and shit like that. Like, come on now.
Right.
I don't like Trump, but I'm never gonna belittle his children.
Right,
Because they don't have nothing to do with nothing and they can't protect themselves. So anyway, that's the
You
kind
don't
of
talk
shit.
about kids?
I don't talk about nobody's kids.
Mark,
I say somebody's kids bad.
I talk about kids.
I don't
to
talk
they
about
face.
nobody's kids. Because if you talk about mine, you liable to get cussed the fuck out.
Well, if your kid do something, I got smoke for him.
It depends on what they do. Because
Okay,
I might be talking about them with you. I'll be like,
cool.
badass.
Cool. Especially when they pull them shorts up.
Oh my! First of all, you gonna leave Marrige
That
alone
boy,
with them shorts?
that boy looking like Isaiah Thomas, 1982, with the nut hole girdles on.
Listen.
Them boys was fooling.
Don't do my baby like that. Don't do
I'm
my
just saying,
baby.
I'm saying, I'm about like shit.
He's
Michael
so
Cooper.
Cute. He's so cute.
I bet he is cute.
He is. He's so
I
cute.
bet he is cute.
That's why I said being Amari's mother is like being the parent of a 60-year-old hyper whiny man.
So yeah, like he's 60 and he hyper, and then he be sometimes slight way whining.
Yeah, hold on. Have you ever seen Amari just sitting down playing on his little tablet or whatever, and he sit there like the old ass man with his little flip flop on?
Yeah, we
He
got a-
got his leg
You got a
crossed.
bomb over there too?
I don't know.
Shit,
I want some.
Oh, okay.
My
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, he sit there with his leg crossed on his tablet. He look like us, and then when you take it, he whine and he runs around in circles. It's funny as hell to
Okay,
me.
for
Yeah,
sure, for
60-year-old whiny man.
Okay. Tiff, have you seen or heard anything about the Lions?
So they play football.
Right.
And
I like when you try to act like you don't know what you're talking about, but you
I
know.
don't know nothing about
Okay.
sports, Dave, and you know this.
Did they win last week, Tiff?
How in the fuck am I supposed to know? They could have possibly won a game. I heard that they're not very good.
Right, and they lost last week.
Oh, well, then see, I'm on task.
Okay. And so when I said they was only gonna win 5 games, cats got mad.
Where we at now?
They 0-1, and they play the Commanders this Sunday
Okay.
at Ford Field.
Commanders.
Washington Redskins, that they used to call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
because they can't say Redskins
Redskins.
no more because white people don't understand.
Right.
Oh, wait. Am I supposed to say white people? I can say white people.
You supposed to say European.
European Americans.
Yeah,
European
yeah,
Americans.
yeah.
Because the European Americans don't understand how the shit that they do is fucking offensive.
Right.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
White motherfuckers sometimes just I probably said it.
Maybe that's who I'm talking about.
The white
Maybe
motherfuckers.
I'm talking about white people and not European Americans. You want to know what I discovered last week
Okay, I'm tell you what I discovered too about the white motherfuckers.
about European
okay,
Americans?
European American white
I
motherfuckers.
only have a problem with it when they in groups. When it's one, I'm cool. When it's 12, I don't like it.
Why you only have a problem when they're in groups? They
I don't know.
powerful.
No, they not powerful. It kind of reminds me of a lynching, maybe. I don't
When
know
they
what
in
it
groups?
is. Yeah, I don't like it. I never like them when they in groups, and I'm rude as fuck when they in groups. But when it's only one, I'm cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
I
I
like
realized about them, what I realized about white folks, they don't really know their history.
No, they know their history.
No,
They don't want you to know their history.
No, they because we was talking about Queen Elizabeth.
Okay.
Well, Elizabeth. I only call her Queen. And I was breaking stuff down on the shit that she was doing and everything. And one of the dudes, he's from Canada. And so I was like, I read up on Elizabeth. You know, she owned a lot of fucking land over in Canada. I'm like, she damn near owned Canada. He was like, no, she don't.
Okay.
I said,
Look at the money. Who's on the money?
that's
Her.
what
The
that's
queen.
that's what I told him. I said, look
He
at the
don't.
money.
Hold on, wait. Here we go again. he doesn't want you to know.
He act like he didn't know.
He's
And so
not.
I had
He's
to-
not that fucking oblivious.
I'm just. Tiff, I threw it out there. So I'm like, cool. So I was like, do you know she did this? You know she did that. You know she stole this. You know she was doing this to kids. You know. He was like, I didn't know that. I'm like, hold on, man. Hold. Bro, you live in Canada. She own your money. Like every president that's on the dollar bill, I look.
You should know the shit that they participated in.
How many slaves they had? God damn it.
Yeah, you should know the stuff.
I said, damn, you don't know
participated in.
anything. So I got to think. I'm like, wow, it's a lot of dumb white people out
No,
there.
you know what it is. It's not that. You
What
want to
is
know
it?
what it is.
What is it?
Here's where this just struck me. They're oblivious because they can be. They don't need to know because they don't have to know.
Right.
Because they get to live such a simple existence where they get to be white all day, every day. Wow. They don't have to worry about none of that shit.
So when you ask them something, or you ever been talking to them and they don't hear you?
No, I've never talked to anybody.
No. I'm saying like you can be.
They don't understand, or it looks like they don't understand. No, we
Yeah,
don't do
and
that
it takes
because
them
I'm
along
explain.
to register to the information. So when I
No.
say, how you doing? They'll look and they'll be like, did he speak to me?
Be like, bitch, yeah, I spoke to you. Can you hear? I used to work at the hospital, and it was this doctor. I won't say his name because that's rules, Aaron. Anyway, he was a radiologist, and I used to go down the hallway, and I'd be like, hey, Dr. Zarin, how you doing? And he would act like either he didn't see me, and at first I thought it was because I'm little. I'm vertically challenged. And he would act like he didn't see me. And it was one particular day, I think I was on some bullshit, and I was walking past him, and I said, hey, Dr. Zarin, and he didn't speak. I said, do you know that if I cut you, we bleed the same color? And I think he was offended, because then not too long after that, I got fired. Yeah, that part.
Damn.
Oh, I said all kind of shit when I was at the hospital. I told them, I said,
That was kind of rough.
yeah, they'll be okay.
Okay.
I told them, last thing I told them was, y'all think I'm a stupid nigga. They didn't
I
go
need to
over
see you
very
in HR.
well.
I need you to see you HR tip
It
right
didn't.
quick.
That didn't go very well.
That goddamn mouth sometimes, man.
Oh, reckless.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
reckless.
So, Tiff, you know who Russell Wilson is?
That's Sierra's husband.
Right. So the gentleman plays for the Denver Broncos.
Oh, I was about to say for a football team, right?
Football team.
Okay.
The dude is a good dude. He goes back to Seattle. He got traded from Seattle to Denver.
Seahawks.
Right. Look at Tiff.
Look at me.
So the guy go out there. He not from the street.
Okay.
He don't act like he from the street. He just a good dude, square but good dude. So he goes into the stadium, and the fans is fucking booing him, Tiff. And you know who's in the stadium in Seattle.
Yeah.
So it's damn near all white people. So they booing the dude, and I'm looking at it like this dude didn't cause any, like he ain't rape no kids, he ain't steal no money. He did everything right as a good dude. If you wanted, if anybody was to mimic a dude that's an athlete,
It would be him.
it would be him.
Yeah.
And so he comes back, walks into the stadium, and they booing him every time he touches.
Hold on, wait. So he playing for the Denver Broncos now.
Right.
He got traded.
He got traded.
Or he left.
No, he wanted to leave, so he went from Seattle to Denver.
They were supposed to boo him.
He brought you a Super Bowl. That you
It's
nev-
okay. They were supposed to boo him. You want to know when I would have took issue with that?
Okay.
Okay, so you know when the dudes are playing soccer and the
But you
African.
got to think about soccer. Go ahead. I'm like,
Oh, I got a thing for some
yeah.
men who play
fuck outta
soccer.
here, man.
Anywho, so the dudes who play soccer,
Mm-hmm.
when they go into the stadiums in these other countries,
Right.
they get called nigger.
That's different.
Nigger with the hard ER,
Yeah.
not nigga, nigger. That's different. Now he went from their team to another team. They were supposed to boo him. Ain't no big deal. As long as they ain't call them no niggers,
Yeah.
we good.
Yeah. So the name of the topic, and this is episode 182.
I love men who play soccer.
Tiff, it's called Her Qualities of a Man.
Okay.
So marriage, boyfriend, smash, bitch boy / simp.
Okay.
So in your eyes, Tiff, when you meeting a guy,
Okay.
is it a, like, do you know instantly, like, when you talking, like, could you instantly look like, okay, this is marriage material, this is boyfriend material, this is just a smash material, or this bitch boy / simp, I'm gonna use this nigga?
I don't use men.
Okay,
But
okay.
I will say this. I can potentially tell whether or not he qualifies for any of the above. Initially.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that that's who he is. So when I was younger, I felt like as long as he was talking correctly, as long as he said the right things,
Right.
that he was boyfriend marriage material. And if he said stupid shit, then he was, I might fuck on you material.
Right.
Yeah, no, at this point, I don't trust it enough. Because I know that people wear masks and I don't like it.
So how long would you know before the mask come off? Because we was talking about this on the last show. And we was talking about the women. So you get and I'm trying to make sure I don't go off topic. You get 100 men and 100 women.
Okay.
I'm only talking. I did this for the men. I'm only talking for men. So out of the 100 men, 20 of them going to jail.
Maybe.
So now you down to 80.
Okay.
20 of them gay.
Ooh,
So now you down to 60.
that's a bad look.
Right. 20 of them gonna die.
So now you're down
Down
to
to
40.
20 of them just ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing.
Okay.
So now you down to
To
20. 5 is just gonna be married.
Okay.
So now you down to 15.
Okay.
So now you got 15 men
To choose from.
to choose from out of the 100. And we was talking about this. Some women ain't gonna make it.
Well, I agree. But first of all, okay, so let's say this: it's more women than men.
Right, it is.
And that's part of
So
the issue.
it is a huge
Because the thing
issue.
about it is when you factor in, that's exactly what we were saying. When you was factoring in what Dave was talking about or breaking down as far as all of the different percentages of men who are
Or
not
whatever,
included or
right.
not available.
And we
for
just
whatever
talking about
reason,
black
right?
men.
So let's start off right. Let's start off right here, right? Let's have 100% and 100% of the men and women, right?
Okay.
So we know that there are probably 8 to 1 women as opposed to men, right?
Yeah.
For every one man, there's 8 women.
Yeah.
Put my fake
Right.
buffs on. Go ahead, Mark.
So now when you break that
Bluffs.
down into basically 80% of them being unavailable or 85% of them being unavailable, right?
Yeah.
So now that kicks up the percentage to maybe like for every one man, there's probably about 20, 25 women, right? So what that means is that for every one woman that gets married, 25 is not.
That's a fact. It
Or 24 rather.
24 is.
You know what
I
mean?
knew what you were saying. It kind of leads off into okay, so let me explain it this way. I think what basically happens when you look at the situations like that, so we look at why are women so masculine? Why do they have this and I know everybody's tired of hearing masculine energy, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Why are women so independent? Why are women getting to the point where they just like, all right, fuck it, I ain't gonna get married. I'm gonna do this shit by myself. But I want to be able to have kids. I want to be able to live a decent lifestyle. I want to be able to do X, Y, and Z. Why are there so many women who are currently cool with being a side chick? Why are there so many women who at this point are coming to the understanding that we might have to have polygamous relationships? The reason why is because we got 24 to 1. That is the reason why when the state of
You're
women,
gonna share
yeah,
direct, purposely or not,
Yeah.
or you're gonna be alone.
or you're gonna be alone.
And the majority of them have. I mean, I can't speak, but it's a lot of them that's like, I'm not gonna be alone.
Yeah, it's a lot
And
of
I'm
them who
not
say they're
sharing.
not.
And then-
but see,
and-
the thing about it is, you can say that you're not sharing all day long, and I kudos to any sister who is capable of diluting the idea that she is sharing her man to the point where she thinks that she's not. I give kudos to you, because bitch, I ain't that blind. Here's the deal: you are, or you have, or you about to be. And then every once in a while you'll find a dude who just like, I'm not about to be out here in these streets. Whatever it is I got at home, I'm good with. But that's few and far between.
Yeah,
Like you're not finding a whole lot of dudes who out here like, I want one woman. And that's it. A lot of dudes are like, shit, I gotta spread the wealth. Yeah, I mean that part. But then that also kind of puts men in even further seat of power when it comes to the way that they deal with women.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
the reason why you got a whole lot of fuck boys out here. You
Yeah.
got a whole lot of bitch boys or
'Cause I think-
lames
yeah,
or whatever the fuck
they got
you
the
call them.
wrong. I think that they're like especially when certain men when they talk about this submissive and they gotta and like they throw them terms out there. Some men that I look at shouldn't have this type of power because when
No,
you go back
at
to
all.
what you're saying, it becomes like you become like how can you give a simp nigga power? How can you give
you're
a
not
bitch boy
supposed to.
power?
You're not supposed to. But then this all goes back even further. So if we take a couple of steps back, if we look back a couple of generations, if we look at it in those terms, the reason why we are currently exactly where we are is because the fathers were doing the same shit. The grandfathers were doing the same shit. They had a woman across town. Now they might not have left their wife, but they damn for sure had bitches. And then they taught their sons to have bitches, secret bitches, with women who
You
are
don't think
okay with being a secret bitch.
But it was a little sophisticated then. Now it's like
It
a little
was
more.
sophisticated. Like these niggas don't give a fuck. They bring the bitch to the house and fuck them in front of you. That's
I
the
don't know if they
difference.
doing that.
Oh no, it's some brothers out here who doing it. Listen to me, because that woman is so unwilling to lose what little bit of a man she does have. So why wouldn't she take it?
Yeah. So when you see, and I'm gonna throw Mark and G out there.
Okay, go ahead. They
Yeah,
ain't
re-
here.
real
They
quick.
can't tell us
Yeah,
what
yeah,
to do.
Fuck them. If you see Mark, like, okay, G, what do you see G as like? I'm throwing him up under the bus. That's not gonna
It's
throw
okay.
him.
No, go ahead.
Fuck it. When you see G and you see Mark, do you see him as like a marriage, a boyfriend, smash? Like, I mean, because every man has good qualities. When you say that,
Absolutely.
So when you see, this is why I wanted, this is why I wanted G, and that's why I wanted Mark, and I had my boy Sean coming because I was talking to a guy and I was like, women pick up like safe qualities, or like you're not gonna have just no ordinary dude just walk into your house.
No.
So you would know if this dude if he creeps you out.
Yes.
You know if he
I usually work off my kids' energy.
right.
I don't try to. So here's another thing that I don't do. I don't try to keep my kids away from my male friends because I kind of need to know what kind of energy they give off as far as my children are concerned.
Right.
So I don't keep my male friends away from my kids. Now here's what I don't do. What I don't do is you not my man. Don't act like my man. Don't walk around my house pumping your chest up. Don't do none of that. The only reason why you here is because I need to see what your energy is with regards to my children. So, I mean, that is what it is.
So do women have a mechanism that says,
Red flag, red flag.
or
Good man, good man.
good man, this boy ain't gonna be around for a long time. I'm gonna
Yes.
enjoy it.
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna smash this nigga tonight.
Yes.
Or I'm gonna wait, but I'm gonna smash him.
Yes.
Or
yes.
this is a fuck boy / simp ass nigga that he keep asking me. I'm just gonna use. Well, use is the wrong term.
Right. I was about to say because
I'm
I do
gonna-
not use man.
Whenever I need somebody, I'm gonna ask him because I already know he like me. So listen, can you
Oh, okay. Well, then I do use man. Okay.
Come-
Keep going. My bad.
Thank you. So listen, my car down. Can you come over here, or I'm at the airport? I need you to drop me off, and then the simp bitch boy, will drop you off at the dude house that you.
Oh no,
actually finna go see.
No, we
I'm just-
don't do
I'm just-
that. First of all, here's the problem with that whole scenario. So all the dudes that I fuck with are reckless. Even the simps are reckless. I could never do no shit like that.
Okay. It's 2022. They doing it like that
It's
too.
2022, and if they had ever dealt with a dude that I dealt with, she'll find her head in between the stove and the refrigerator. You do not do that
I'm
shit.
just
Now,
saying.
I will say this. If you decide that you want to pull up to my house unannounced, I will invite you in.
Will you?
Mhm.
Unannounced?
Yep. Whatever you see is on you.
I'm surprised that you would just be like,
I'm like, come on in. Come on.
why you not here? I mean, how did you get here?
In the car. I don't care. But my whole thing is, if you pull up at my crib unannounced, whatever you see is what you get.
Okay.
Now, as far as do we have detectors? Yes. I'm gonna tell you the one thing that changed everything for me. I stopped looking at how a man might treat other women, and I started looking at how he treats the people who are most important to him. So I look at the way that a man treats his mother. Does he reverence his mother? If he does, more than most likely what he's looking for is a wife. I looked at the way that he treats and interacts with his children. If he's a good father, then that to me means everything, because my kids, anyway. How does he manage money? And I was having this conversation with a friend earlier today, and I was discussing the same thing with him. So he was like, he said, when I get a woman, what I'm gonna do is we gonna have a combined account. I'm gonna take $100 from her every week. I'm gonna match that $100 every week. We gonna take it, and it's gonna be a rainy day fund. And I said, it's crazy because a lot of people don't think like that. Not to have your whole check, but just, baby, I want to take and I want to set this money aside just in case the bottom falls out, just in case some shit happen, whatever.
That's marriage
just in
material,
case
ain't
we
it?
want to. And it is. It sounds good.
Did he? What? Yeah, it sounds.
It
good.
sounds good. Sounds don't always get me though.
But what if he actually was just?
If he had the follow through.
So he just said that and never
That's
followed.
what he said earlier. Well, no, we were having a conversation.
Okay.
It didn't have anything to do with
Okay.
anything else.
But it's conversation. That's
The
what it led to.
conversation is nice.
Yeah.
You hear it and you
Yeah,
like,
you need to let him get there. Can he get there?
get where?
I'm just saying, like, if the conversation that he's having, can he get to the get
If
to the
the
door?
conversation is consistent with who the man is, then
Right.
yeah, that's different.
Uh-huh.
But if the conversation and the actions don't match, you're not going anywhere. Niggas be looking at me crazy because I take my time. When I was young, I rushed, and I ended up with 2 husbands who I never should have married either one of them. If I was older and if I was the person that I am now, we would have never got married.
I think
Ever.
I think it lined up to where it's supposed to be.
No, definitely, because I have 3 beautiful children. I got 3 beautiful babies out of it, and I got a wealth of knowledge from both of them. So I appreciate the learning.
Right.
But if I had already known then what I know now, I would have never married neither one of them.
Okay. Well, I applaud them brothers.
Thank you, fellas,
For
for fucking up so royally that now this motherfucker just ain't taking no shit.
I thank God for them though. You know what I'm saying? Because the babies.
Oh my God! Now listen, and I love my babies. My babies are my heart. They are my everything. But I think I would have had them, but just not kept the daddy.
Okay. Yeah. So I
I
don't know
should
what.
have just went and got pregnant by him, and then just
and then
moved
left.
on with my life. Oh
No,
my God.
no.
They did
Let me
it,
take
so
these
it wouldn't
folks
even
back.
make no difference.
You say what?
I said they did it, wouldn't have made no difference. Only difference is I would have left, they wouldn't have left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think they should have just took the kids and left you by yourself, and I think that would have bettered your life.
Because they are seriously irresponsible. My kids might not end up being alive.
I think they would probably. We talked about this tip. I
Probably
think they'd probably been greater, better, if anything like that.
Probably would have been drug salesmen and
No, they probably would have been no drugs.
dirty kids or some shit like that. No, thank you.
No,
Drug dealing dirty kids. No, thank you.
For your son,
Okay.
and I threw this out there to some brothers, and hopefully Mark can help me with this because Mark got a son too. So raising black boys now. What's 4 criteria that you think black boys now today should have?
So first and foremost for me is they have to be aligned with a man. So even if a boy does not have a dad for whatever reason, they have to be aligned with a man. Other than that, I feel like they have to be. I don't think all kids are college material, so I won't say that, but I will say this: if they need to be educated in one way or another. So that's really important. So education is important. Being able to being aligned with a man
is one.
That's number
For you,
one,
yeah, one.
for me, period. And it should be for every woman who does not have their child does not have a consistent father. Being aligned with a man for a boy is more important than anything else. Being able to have education, being able to use tools. And being able to communicate effectively. I guess those are the 4. And being emotionally intelligent.
Right. Because when I sent it to my homeboy, he was like, they need to learn how to be humble, respectful, intelligent, and then the last one he was saying faithful.
To what?
Faithful to himself. Faithful.
Okay.
Just. I mean, he just said faithful. So if you faithful, that means that everything that you touch, you faithful to.
Okay.
So he just threw that out there.
Okay.
And then my other homeboy down in Dallas, he was like, learn how to save money.
Okay.
How to budget money.
Okay.
How to cut grass.
Okay.
How to use basic home and maintenance
tools,
around it, like
facts.
you said. How to cook.
Okay.
How to communicate in a professional manner.
But see, that all goes back to the same thing where I feel like regardless to how you raise your children, I feel like your children have to have a duality. So it cannot be all hood and it cannot be all bougie. I think that you have to be able to have a duality in order to be able to maneuver in the hood and also with your people.
Right.
And to be able to maneuver when you're around the others.
Because G said something that was that just blew me away. He was like, when he was describing his son, he said son is great. He said, but when he hear like loud noises, he don't like loud noises. And he was saying how he don't like if he around other kids and the other kids are not like talking about what he used to talk about.
Oh my God.
They leave the room.
Yes.
Because they feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
And so and I had to, like, when my son was younger, I had to break it up because I seen that.
Yes.
So I'm like, this is what you gonna do. Your ass gonna go back in that bitch. But what you gonna do is whatever the kids are talking about, I need you to learn why they talking about that.
Oh my! So I try to fold that same thing into Amari,
Right,
and Michaela. So my kids are kind of in this bubble.
and he said his son is a super introvert. Like he is like super. Like he was just. G said that he would come down, he'd eat, but then he'd go upstairs, or he will eat and go upstairs because he don't like to be around a lot of people.
Nah, yeah, and the thing about it is when they're introverted like that, you do want to kind of try to pull them out. But my friend had made an excellent point earlier today. We were talking about Amari and football and just the whole idea of it, and he was like, maybe don't push him so much towards football, but ask him what it is that he wants to do that is physical, that includes a whole lot of masculine energy, and it puts him next to a good man. He said, so maybe football ain't this thing, and it ain't for everybody. So we were having that conversation earlier today, and it just kind of dawned on me that Amari is probably not going to like it because it's not what he's into, and it's not a part of his bubble. So Amari has him, Michaela, Azaria, Ava, Amina, those people are in his bubble, but he doesn't have a whole lot of girls, so he ends up being off to the side by himself. So even though he has the girls that he can kind of kick it with, his sisters, his cousins, he has them that he can kind of kick it with. But a lot of the time, I find that Amari is by himself. So I try to pull him out of being by himself. I send him outside. Give me the goddamn game. Give me the goddamn. Give me all the shit. Take your ass outside. Don't come back in here without a friend.
So what did he do? So do he adapt to that?
He don't have a choice. I don't give my kids a whole lot of options at this point.
I understand he don't have a choice, but when you do that, when you do that, let me cut this off. Yeah, delicious popped up. When you do that, boy, and she got divorced the other day. But when you do that, dealing with him, do he understand what you're doing?
He does. He understands what I'm doing. I don't think he always understands why I do it. So trying to facilitate him not being introverted and by himself all the time is kind of weird, because he's like, I really just want to be upstairs in my room, or I want to be wherever my sister is, and I want to play the game, and I don't want to do X, Y, and Z, elemental P, whatever the fuck it is that he don't want to do on that particular day. But I have to just kind of make him go outside and do it anyway, because I feel like it is what is in the best interest of his mental health, him being able to assimilate to a degree. And I try not to force my kids to assimilate to the world that we live in today too much. I kind of want them to run against the grain, because I feel like it is what is in the kids' best interest. I don't think assimilating is good or healthy.
Right.
So.
And I think a lot of parents don't pick that up. They let kids kind of like do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Like I go to some of my friends' house. Kids like been in the room like all day, and I know I've been over there a couple times. I'm like, dude, where the kids at? Oh, they're in their room. And don't let me go to some of my homegirls' houses. Kids like they son, they be in the room for hours.
Where was Amari last time you came over?
I think when I seen him, he was outside. He came outside. He grabbed the garbage can, the shorts and everything, and then when I seen him again, he was outside. And he was talking about something. I can't remember what he was talking about.
Probably anime. He be having whole and he role plays. He talks about anime.
They didn't want to hear that.
I'm sorry. He does. He talks about anime. He talks about anime and YouTubing. He wants to be a YouTuber.
Well, I think I think a YouTuber is cool.
Yeah, no. But he talks about anime too, and it gets him going. That's his thing.
Which anime he talks about all the time?
All of them.
No,
whatever they watching.
It got to be one in particular that
Goku, My Hero Academia. I have to ask them what they watching now. I have to sneak up on them.
I give him a pass because he's a kid. But when you 30, you 40, you 50, you talking about anime, you need your ass beat.
No, not really. Whatever makes you happy.
Well, cool.
Okay, like I know some dudes who talk about dog breeding all the time.
Well, that's
I know
nature.
dudes who talk about fishing all the time. I know dudes who talk about camping. I know dudes who talk about cars. It is whatever it is that you're into, and it does not mean that you're not into anything else.
Run up on me and ask me, start talking about a cartoon.
You might get karate chop messing with them anime niggas. They watch that kind of shit. I'm just saying.
I get in more debates
about anime,
about the weak ass niggas in this anime shit.
I mean,
because I'm talking about, I'm trying to take over the world. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to connect. I'm trying to build. I'm speaking life. And then you got a nigga talking about, hey man, this new Goku or this new video game come out. I'll be like,
but see, you not into video games. What about the nigga who is in the video games?
I don't fuck with them type niggas that in that.
Okay,
in that shit,
so what about the nigga who in the video games, but he also into fixing cars?
I don't know no nigga that's in the anime and fixing. Show me, Tiff.
I know niggas who do anime and fix cars. Like, okay,
they probably lacking somewhere.
No. I gotta hold on, wait. I got a friend right now.
Right.
I got a friend right now. He's a grower.
Is that the same dude that you were talking about?
I'm not telling you who it is. You leave my friend alone.
Because that's a dude that
you leave my friend alone.
He a good dude. He coaches.
Yeah, he's a good
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. He probably off somewhere.
He really is not.
Okay.
He's a genuine good dude.
It's always genuine, good, weird dudes. Ain't no look. The dude probably cool. He probably not athletic. He probably.
I just told you he coaches. He plays
It's a
football.
it's a lot of motherfuckers that wish they could have played but ain't playing. But
Okay,
they coaching now.
it's a whole lot of niggas who wish they could have played and ain't playing.
No, that played.
Played, whatever.
They coaching, but you know.
Oh my God.
But I get in like I said, I get into more debates
about dudes who watch anime.
Yeah. I stay the fuck away from them because it be clashing like.
It shouldn't clash.
Listen,
I feel like you have to
open.
No. It's
closing
not
that
just
bitch right
about
now.
being open. It's about being well rounded.
Well-rounded with a cartoon,
I
and you
feel like
40.
Whatever it is that you into,
Niggas is listen. Women,
whatever it is that you into.
if you 40 and you still
I'm gonna
talking,
have somebody draw Dave as an anime character.
please don't,
Please
don't,
That'd be
because they
so
might get their
awesome.
ass, they might get their ass beat or something like that. Well, I'm talking, hey man, I
telling
got
you.
a picture you looking like Goku,
Yeah. Oh, with the spiky hair. It gotta be with the spiky
and ain't
hair.
no black motherfucker with no spiky hair.
Well, I thought you was
Super
about to say
Saiyan
that.
Dave is coming up.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was about to say they
goodness.
got
Beat the
black
brakes
animes
off
too.
him, man. And then G Fant was over here last week.
Where's G Fant? Man, he in the comments, man.
He probably ain't even coming. But G Fan was over here with an anime shirt on, and that's the first thing motherfucker seen. Oh man, he got the Goku shirt on. I say, man, we talking about knowledge of self and God body. And
Why
listen,
are you hating because he had
and
on
listen,
the Goku shirt?
No, I'm not hating. I didn't even see what type of shirt they had on. The audience seen that shit and was like, hey G with the Goku. I say, man, if you don't sit your Goku retarded ass down somewhere,
Whatever.
we talking about Black Wall Street and building stuff up, and you talking
Right,
about,
I should have been here while we was talking about Black Wall Street.
man,
That would have been so dope.
I say, damn, man.
That would have
But
been
you
so
know,
dope.
that's.
But I was enjoying a wedding. It was beautiful.
Did it make you want to get married too?
I want to get married again. Everybody know that. That's
But-
not a secret.
Okay. Because I know when women goes to weddings and everything, especially if they getting accompanied by a gentleman or they friend guy or they hugged up in a wedding, flashes of just shit just be popping through like what if that was me?
No, it was funny because so they did the garter, and the dude.
You went up there?
No,
No,
the
no,
garter.
no,
I'm a girl.
No, you went up there for the.
Hell no.
Why you didn't go up there too?
Why would I go up there to catch that damn bouquet?
Why?
No, absolutely not.
But you said you wanna
watched,
get
though.
married.
I do want to get married. I don't think that's gonna get me married.
But they said all the single.
They said all the single women.
So why you didn't go
come
up
on
there?
and catch the bouquet or try to catch
You
the
were
bouquet?
single.
I am.
Motherfucker, pause. That's how you catch them off guard,
Oh,
Mark.
single
That's
ladies.
and then she didn't answer the question.
I
But go ahead.
did. I
You
answered.
pause quick on that. But anyway, so they threw the
Yeah, they
switch
threw the
the subject
bouquet.
up real quick.
Thank
They threw the
you.
bouquet, and
And I stood off to the side and laughed while they tried to kill each other over damn bouquet.
hey man, listen.
I swear I saw somebody damn near die.
they trying to get they trying to make it happen.
But that's not how you get married. Listen, we had a whole conversation about that shit earlier today.
I'm just saying.
We talking about, okay, so here's my thing. So everybody is always wondering, well, do you ever want to have a wedding? No, I don't want to have a wedding. You want to know what I want to have? I want to have a successful marriage. I don't want to have no fucking wedding. Weddings are cool, but I mean, like at the end of the day, if you living for the day and you're not living to live the life, then the wedding is a farce.
So did you have a wedding the first time too?
No.
Second time.
No.
So how you know what a wedding is? Sil?
I done been to a lot of them. I done seen a lot of divorces too.
How do you know what a wedding is if you never had one?
I don't have to have a wedding.
Okay.
I never wanted one.
Okay.
I never wanted a
You've
wedding.
been in a wedding. You've been in a
I've
wedding.
been in a wedding.
Okay.
I've never wanted a wedding. I've never been that girl. I'm not the Cinderella princess dress. I never wanted any of that shit. I wanted a successful marriage.
Okay.
So maybe if I do a wedding the next time,
You might have.
maybe the damn marriage will be successful. Okay, so I changed my mind. Maybe I'll go ahead and have a wedding. After you spend about 30 grand, you might stay
30.
married longer than eight
You can
months.
spend. You can't spend 5,
Who? Yeah, I could. I don't know.
3.
I probably wouldn't spend that much on a wedding. I'm sorry.
just saying.
I did get married in the church the second time though.
I said you didn't get.
I got married in the church. I didn't have a wedding.
It was a chapel or something.
No, it was a church. My godfather married me.
Okay. Was a lot of people there?
No, we waited until after the service was over. We just got married on one random Sunday after church. Praise the Lord.
What?
Yeah, we got married right after church.
Hop, skip, and jump. Like, let's
That
make
was
this
it.
shit happen.
Let's hurry up and do this shit.
Damn, love was banging back then, huh?
No, not really.
You just don't jump up. Hey, we gonna do the collection plate.
You remember what I told you about me rushing in the beginning?
Yeah,
like I
that was
rushed.
a rush?
I feel like it was a rush. I think if I would have known,
Who rushed, you or him, or it was together, or it was collective?
I should have said no.
Damn, Tiff. Maybe he should have said no, Tiff.
I wish he would have said no. On a couple of occasions, I wish he just would have looked. I'll tell y'all about my first wedding, marriage after the cameras go off. But yeah, I wish he would have said no. I wish he would have been like, no, bitch, I don't want to marry you. I could have saved the money and getting the divorce.
Not no, bitch.
Oh
no.
my God, he could have. I literally would have been cool with that. Like, no, bitch, I don't want to marry you. Yeah, I would have been cool with that. I should have never married him. Ever.
That's kind of that's that. Do he think the same?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm just.
That
asking.
would require me to ask and or care, and I do neither.
I'm once again, I'm just looking out for the brother because you're going in on the. I'm like, damn.
We'll talk about it after the
Okay.
cameras off. I would talk about them on the cameras,
But that'd be
y'all
harsh.
told me I was mean last
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Ooh, damn, Tiff, you so mean. Like,
You was like going in on them.
whatever.
Definitely going in on them. When men that are submissive, and I seen a quote. You can help me out, Tiff. When men are submissive to God, do that make them a better man? Shit me with the breath, like.
No, I'm.
Because hold on, let me go even further because you gotta. So I'm gonna make you think a little bit because you're smart. So men are submissive to God, and they understand God, meaning that they understand how to pray. Is it easy for a woman to submit to them when they learn how to do all those things, Tiff?
Okay.
That's a lot of shit to unpack, ain't it?
Only a little bit. So I think that it's easy for a woman to submit to a man who is smart. Not a genius, but somebody who makes savvy decisions and is capable of leading. So let's say if you get with a dude and he's an atheist, but he's capable of leading and he makes savvy decisions, you will submit to that man.
Right. And throw this out. When you being submissive like that, it's like sometimes the man submits because
He's supposed to.
his ideas sometimes are not where it's supposed to be. So he know how to fall back
That's right.
and say, "Baby, go ahead and you lead this one.
That's right.
I'm gonna go ahead and do this."
That's right.
So
That's right.
okay.
But it has to be okay. So I feel like when you give over that part of yourself and submit to a person, that's first of all a level of trust. If I go into a situation and I'm like, you know what, whatever it is, I'm giving myself over to this situation with this man, with this person, whatever. I'm going to trust that he is going to make this. This is what submission is. Submission is trusting that that person is going to take care of you in each and every way. That's submitting.
Right.
Because your first priority as a human is self-preservation. So how can I submit to a man who's not going to preserve me the way that I would preserve me? That shit right there just doesn't make any sense. If you go into a situation and it's somebody who is capable of leading, which is also capable of submitting and understanding that your ideas are not always the best, that's the part where the other person is submitting to you. So I believe in being submissive. I know it's scary, right?
Yeah, it is scary.
I
Especially
believe
coming from a
alpha female, yeah,
that don't exist. But go
It
ahead.
is.
Yeah.
So anyway, I believe in being submissive. I believe in being submissive at this point because I understand what it is to submit. And what it is to submit is not what I always thought. It's not just do what a motherfucker tell you to do. That's not submission. That's ignorance.
Right.
That's walking blindly into any bad situation. But if you sit back and you consider what the person is telling you, if you consider what their idea is, and you understand that they care for you, so they're not going to put you in a fucked up position, that's submitting. That's it.
Okay. Because when I seen the interview, I'm like, okay. A lot of women, it's a lot of strong women have a hard time of saying, hey, this is what I'm gonna do. I know that you the man. I'm gonna follow you for a little while. Or I'm gonna not even follow, but I'm gonna listen. So we gonna exchange interviews like the lips you giving me right now. So
I'm gonna tell you why though, but go ahead.
But
I'm listening.
when it comes to, and I run into a lot of dudes that have problems with that. Like they have a problem with their girl.
She does not trust you.
And she doesn't submit to you.
No, she's not submitting because she does not trust you.
Yeah.
So until you get to that point, so where we are currently, until you get to a point with a person where you have seen, and I don't want to say you haven't seen them fail, but you've seen them fail and recover, or you haven't seen the part where they fail. You can trust that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't seen them fail or you've seen them fail and recover, you can trust that shit.
Right.
If they've always been respectful, responsible, whatever, you can trust that shit. If they have protected, provided, whatever it is that your need as a woman is being met, you can trust that shit. Where women stop, where a woman will not submit, it is because she does not trust you. It don't have nothing to do with nothing else.
Okay.
She don't fucking trust you.
Okay.
Period. Okay. Because your ideas are fucked up. The way that you recover, maybe you do, maybe you don't. But whatever it is, she does not fucking trust you to be her man and to lead her any fucking way.
And that's the point that I throw out there sometimes. Because when we have these conversations, I'm like, well, what did you do? Like majority of the time, if you start the race off right, you'll end it right. But if you start that bitch off in the first month, the first 6 months, or maybe the first year, like it's a progression. You got to start this. You got to start the race off. I'm talking about correctly in the first 5 years. I be telling brothers all the time, if you don't do this shit in the first, you got a 5 year run of just perfection. If you're not able to do that, I be telling brothers, don't get married.
But see, the thing about it is, it's not only that, it's being honest and being genuine and being yourself. Period. So if I go into a situation, this is the problem that I have with a lot of men. If I go into a situation and I feel like I'm being completely open and honest with you, and you pull the bullshit lie. So instead of telling me what it is that I'm getting myself into, you give me the bullshit lie. So, oh yeah, I just.
Do you know it's a bullshit lie, Tiff?
I know.
It
comes out.
Okay.
So if I know it's the bullshit lie, and then we get to that point where it's like, hey, listen, I need you not to do that. That's not in your best interest. But you a fucking liar. So how can I trust that what you telling me is not in my best interest is even real? I can't trust you. So if I figure out that I can't trust you, whatever the fuck you say, I'm not submitting to that shit. Like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. I got a better chance of taking care of myself than I do of listening to your bullshit lies. Now, if you come into the situation and you tell me, hey, listen, Tiff, so peep this. I want to get a second wife.
Oh, damn.
These are the things that I want. This is what I feel is going to be in our best interest. These are the things that I feel are going to make shit pop the way that it's supposed to. Hey, listen, Tiff. So I am going to go and I am going to gamble. I'm going to make sure all the bills covered. I'm going to make sure everybody in the household got what they need. But whatever the fuck I got left over, I'm going to gamble with it.
So
give me the option of saying yes or no, but you're not about to come into no bullshit and then turn around and tell, hey, well, listen, bitch, you supposed to submit now.
And I'm gambling.
And I'm gambling. And this is Sheila. your sister wife. Nah, nigga. Nah.
I think they fucking up when they first of all the gambling thing.
Or it can be any vice. I'm gonna get drunk and not drink. I'm gonna get drunk every motherfucking. Just let me know who the fuck you really are, so that way I can trust what I'm doing with you. I trust the process. But if you come in and you one person, you send your motherfucking representative. I can't stand that nigga. I hate the fucking representative. I hate him.
When you said the representative, that's like the person in the beginning.
Every person's representative. I can't stand nobody's fucking representative.
So you got an alcoholic representative, you got a gambling representative.
You got a representative who's not an alcoholic, who's not a gambler, and you find out later on that this motherfucker who you fell in love with is not the person who you really with. I don't want you. And see, the thing about it is, for me, when the representative leaves, I start acting funny. So now the rep gone. Hold on. If you can't bring the motherfucking rep back, and I can't be in love with the rep,
Right.
nigga, I don't want your drunk ass. I don't want your drunk, financially irresponsible, cheating, philandering, lying. I don't want none of them.
It's hard.
I don't want them.
I totally got you, Tiff.
So if you want a woman to submit to you, be your most genuine self. Understand what your shortcomings are. And then operate in that shit and find a woman whose strengths match your shortcomings. Y'all gonna have a successful relationship. But if your shortcomings and this bitch is bad with money too, you out here gambling and she over there shopping. That shit don't go together.
Or she had the strizzle. The strip club.
Oh, the strip club. I had to think about what that was. Come on, Dave. Don't do me like that.
But I totally understand, because when you dealing with that representative, fucked me up.
Now the rep, I'm telling you, the rep is what fucks relationships up. The rep fucks relationships up because there's no way, and I promise you,
Is the phone lines over, Mark? Okay.
there's no way in hell that I wouldn't still be married if I had not married the representative. I married the rep. I fell in love with the rep, and I stayed.
You wasn't a rep, Tiff?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Do I look like I be having a representative?
I gotta look out for the brothers, Tiff.
Okay, look out for them.
Hopefully
I
this
say
will
what
call
the fuck
us-
I want to.
Caller,
What's going on, caller? Who's this and where you calling from?
What up, though, man? It's Julius, man. I'm calling in from Baltimore. How y'all feeling?
Real good. How you feel, Julius?
Man, long time, y'all. What's going on? How y'all doing?
Nothing much. Real good. Guy, what you just ran up some steps, Julius?
Hey, you just got off the train or something, man. What you do?
Nah, man. I just got done swimming and shit, man. My fucking back hurt. That's
Oh,
all.
okay, all right.
On some real shit. My comment, first off, the qualities of a man. Tiffany, you mind if I run a couple of questions to you real quick?
Go ahead, Julius. I'm ready.
First of all, how you doing, though?
I'm awesome. How are you?
All is well in my universe. I can't complain, Tiffany.
Good.
All is well. All right, so what's your definition of lovable?
Lovable?
Yeah, if a man is lovable, how would you put that into factors for that man? What do you want to see as far as lovability?
For me personally?
Well, not you personally. I don't want you speaking for all women, but just
No, let's just speak for all women. Julius, go ahead.
nah, oh shit, okay.
Yeah. For
All right.
all women, black women.
I'm okay. So I can't speak for all women because I don't know what all women want and or desire, but I can tell you what I do. Personally, for me, being lovable is wanting to play with me. It's the little things that I want, and you being able to facilitate those things in a happy way. The shit that makes me happy, that's what I want out of you. So for me, what I want is I definitely want somebody to play with me. I want to be able to have hypothetical conversation that don't make sense to no motherfucking body else but us. I want the inside jokes. I want to be able to sit down and just chill and kick it with you. Being honest and transparent for me is the most important thing for me. I can't speak for another woman because some bitches, some
bitches, go ahead. Some bitches, Tiff.
only reason why I said that was because some chicks be wanting to be lied to. I'm not her. I don't want any of the bullshit. So if you're not what you say you are, and I find out you not what you say you are, when I tell you there's gonna be a level of wrath that comes from me that nobody is gonna like. Damn! You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah, I see
and
what you're
I've
saying.
experienced that in my relationships where somebody will say they're one thing and then turn around and become something else. It's like you want to be exactly what I want you to be because you want me. I don't want you to be exactly what I want you to be. I want you to be your fucked up self. I want you to come in. If you only got 3 teeth, come in with 3 motherfucking teeth. Don't be pulling these bitches out on me later on tonight. I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see the nigga with the fake hairline. I don't like that shit. Everything about me is going to be real. It's going to be genuine. It's going to be authentically Tiffany. However the fuck you deal with that, deal with it. And if you don't want to, I'm okay with that shit too. I'm never going to chase a man ever.
And your
Okay.
other question, Julie?
Oh well, when it comes down to, okay, let me rephrase. Let me put this into a better perspective. When you are looking at us as men now, I heard what y'all was speaking on earlier, but the factors of like us being more dominant in this whatever social fucking material society that we in right now. How are you viewing that area? Like, what would you want your son to look at on a daily basis and say, like, wow, yeah, that's him, but my son also got them qualities of himself as well. You get the question I'm asking?
No, I believe I'm getting the question that you're asking. So if we're talking about how does the man present himself as far as the way that he moves, the way that he loves me, the way that he fathers children, or parents. So one of the things that I think I would most want to see out of any man that I'm with, is that they show my children what it means to love their mother, because that also projects something for my kids. So my daughter will get an understanding of how she's supposed to be loved. And my son gets an understanding of how he's supposed to love. And in that, they understand what to expect from other people. To me, that is incredibly important. I don't want my son to see a man who is a iron fist and not see the love from him. So I need the strength, but I also need the nurturing. You know what I'm saying? One of the main
Balance.
reasons why it is so important for kids to have a mother and a father is so that they see that balance. It creates the most balance in kids when they see nurturing and when they see power. And that's an amazing balance. God created something perfect when he put man and wife together. Because what the product is what is in the best interest of society. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a good mother who is understanding, nurturing, loving, she whatever it is that she is. And she does have a level of strength, which is a beautiful thing. But then you also have a dad who is strong and they're powerful, and the way that they love their kids, even outside of being strong and being powerful and being a dominant, the way that they love their kids is they still get that hugs and kisses, but go sit the fuck down when I tell you to. Those things to me are the most important thing in a relationship, is for your kids to see that balance in you, and for you and your mate to project love, so that your children understand what it is that they need to be able to expect when they're being loved.
Excellent. I appreciate that answer. Thank you, dear. I really need to hear that. Sometimes us as men, I don't want to speak on behalf of all men.
Go ahead, Julius. Do that.
Don't do it, Julius.
Because I do that shit all the time.
No,
We know Dave do.
I ain't speaking of God.
We know
You
Dave
doing that?
do.
Yeah, God body day. We know how he get down over there. Just sometimes, man, us as men, I just feel like, we are still coming into this whole understanding of what we really got with each other, as far as like, dang, I can respect 7 Mile Radio because I see where that's going as far as the network. I can respect Dave as far as him trying to push this narrative of black on everything and trying to do this and do that to make sure that everybody's speaking positivity in life and all this other good stuff. I can appreciate that more now in the value. You feel what I'm saying with that? So back in that time, I guess whenever they was doing this other bullshit, this reconstruction of how we should be living now, whatever that bullshit was, it just we lost our way. But now that we coming back into the sense of where we should be, it's better now, man.
Right,
I
right.
just want to throw some appreciation out there.
And Julius, before you go, let me ask you this:
Hmm.
when women see you, what do they see you as? Marriage
Uh,
material, boyfriend only, smash material, like you just come over and smash, or do they see you? And it's hard because nobody's gonna say, "Hey, man, they see me as a fuck boy or a simp." What do they see you as, Julius? When you
they seeing me as me. I'm not gonna put in them look. There's no false persona about who I am. I don't need to be. I don't need to be. I don't need to put on this particular personality to deal with this Virgo over here, and then go over here fuck on this Sagittarius, and then try to come back home and deal with my fucking Scorpio wife. Like I don't need to do all that shit. I don't. I'm gonna be me who I am.
But
If
when
I'm
they
at the stage of my if I'm at the stage of my life where it is that I was out here being a fuck boy about a certain situation when I was young or when I was in my 30s or whatever, that's what was happening. If I was in this stage of my life where it is I want to be committed to this one woman and understand what I need to learn and grow from those factors so I can be a better husband, then I will learn from that. And when I get into my marriage, that way I understand, look, this is what this woman wants and needs from me.
Okay.
Whatever I present to her, this is what she's going to present to me. Here's the balance out between these two accounts. Let's get this shit going. And by accounts, I mean, boom, economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war.
Got you.
These are what we're going to go ahead and deal with in these nine areas of activity in our lives. So that's just what it is.
Okay.
So me, right now, I'm trying to be marriage material.
Okay.
I'm trying to be marriage material.
Okay, I got you.
That's what I want, and that's what I need in my life.
Got you. Definitely.
And then
got
I think it's gonna be different for every person. So what I might not see is marriage material. What you might not see is marriage material. Or when as a complete, I can be in a room with 50 men, which I would love. But I could be in a room with 50 men and 3 of them might see me as a non-motherfucking option. 5 of them might see me as an option, but maybe not their option. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is not gonna look like I'm not everybody's cup of tea.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard, and I understood this just getting older. It is incredibly difficult, and that's the reason why it has to be the right man at this point. It is incredibly difficult for any man to come and have me the way that they want me.
Right.
He has to
Yeah,
be
they
the
can't pull
right
that shit
man.
over your head no more. Yeah, they can't pull that
'cause
shit on you no more.
They can't pull none of the bullshit on me no more because when I tell you I can go from sweetie pie, sweetheart, darling to fucking savage, real fast. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not 23-year-old Tiffany. I'm not 32-year-old Tiffany. I'm not 36-year-old Tiffany. I'm 40, whatever, mind y'all business.
And 27.
And 27.
There you go.
I'm 27-year-old Tiff now. I'm however old I am.
Okay.
But that's enough, Mark. You know I'm 27. But there are certain things that going through life, matriculating, learning, growing, understanding, there are certain things that maybe weren't an expectation for me at 24, but it is an expectation for me today. Like I never really looked at what type of parent a man was. And I mean, I was young, so a lot of the guys that I was dating didn't even have kids. Now I understand, being a little bit older, the importance of how he treats his children, how he treats his mother, how he treats his father, how he treats the people who are the closest to him in comparison to how he's going to treat me. So if you disrespectful to every motherfucking body in your life and I think you going to treat me good,
You got another thing coming.
you got another motherfucking thing coming.
yeah.
Nah, I don't want that
Yeah,
shit.
man.
Because the
100,
thing,
man.
right. Because
Go.
the reason why I asked, because I only can speak about, I guess, me. And going through before I got married, whenever I would meet a young lady, they would always, because my personality, this is just me, Julius, and I would, when I met me and Mark talked about this, whenever I meet a young lady, my image of her, or the ones that I wanted, was always, could I marry her? Just off the rip. So when I see, and I only pick certain ones that I like, and if they didn't have them qualities, I probably wouldn't mess with them, because I'm picky with what I do. I'm picky with my dick. I'm picky with the way I kiss. I'm picky. So when I meet those qualities, or those people that I know that the vibration is really right, I'm there. And if it don't work out, we never did anything, I would just exit. But the ones that I ran into, it was always like, could I marry her right now? Do she have this quality? Is she able to communicate? Do she spend a lot? Is her hygiene? So I had this list of what I really wanted, and I learned that from Pap 2. I learned that from Andre Cheatham. I learned that from dudes in my neighborhood that would drop game, and I'll be like, his game ain't complete, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna steal that game. I'm gonna steal that, and then I'm gonna put this over here, and then I see Timmy and Terry. These niggas, some light skinned ass niggas off Fullerton that will only show up from California, and they game was that Cali game.
It was different.
And so I'm still in game, and I'm going back to the crib, and I'm creating this God body type shit. So then when I get to be 18, 19, 20, I'm pushing this shit on women, and they looking like, hey, come on now. I'm like, well,
is it working or not, motherfucker?
the shit working. But then you got the ones that I shouldn't be fucking with. I will leave them behind. So women that I run into, they'll be like, after maybe about 6 months, because we talked about this, I probably wouldn't. My thing was, I wasn't trying to fuck within the 6 months, because I'm trying to figure this shit out. Because I'm going to hit you raw. If you officially that one,
this nigga in raw, I'm
just saying, that God body, eventually, because I'm looking at you like, are you my wife? Or could I marry you?
And you know what? So I understand.
And I'm being honest.
No. And ain't shit wrong with that. I understand exactly what you're saying, where you coming from. However, I just feel like, and we talking about 6 months. Everything, all of the boxes for me would have to be checked before I can commit to you could be my husband in 6 months. Okay. I mean, personally.
Right.
So there are things that you have to do. There's a way that you have to move. There is.
Do you got a list?
Of course.
Okay.
God got it.
No, I wrote my shit down.
I wrote my shit
down. And I'm checking my box.
God got it.
She said God got it. And God
got my list.
Okay, no, I God need to show me this goddamn list. Because that's what I told God. Like, no, God, I'm God. So I need to write my stuff down.
Is it a long list is the question, for real.
You say what?
A long list? Is it a long list?
Hell yeah, Julius, it's a long list.
So
the list gone now.
May Jesus be with you.
Not your list. Are we talking about my list?
Yeah, your list, cuz.
Is your list long? Do God know your list long? Shit.
Yeah, God know I got a list. It's on a long sheet of paper, though. It might be legal. It might be a little better than legal. It might be legal with some old paper taped at the bottom of some shit. But I'm saying, like, but it's not all major shit. So it's certain things like it's for me, again, when you have these lists, when you have this list of wants, needs, and desires. So let's say if something is in a want category, but it's not a need.
But it's on that list, though.
But it's on the list.
Right.
That don't mean that he not checking a box. So I genuinely.
Why you not checking the box? Why you gotta let God check the box?
No. What I'm saying is that doesn't mean that the man is not fitting a criteria. Some shit is flexible.
Right.
Some shit is not.
Okay.
Like when I think about don't be a liar. That I'm not flexible on.
Right.
When
None of
I
my
think
shit
about
was flexible.
No, when I think, but it's certain shit that is. So like, I like guys who 6'4", but I like guys who 5'3". Probably not 5'3". I probably like guys who look. Hey, hold on 1 second. No, cause but I'm saying like it's
you
some
like
shit
taller
that
guys.
I like taller guys, but that does not mean that if he's not tall, I won't date him.
If he's,
you see what I'm saying?
If he's not tall, he don't probably stand a chance. He got to be somewhere over.
No, that's not true. My second ex-husband was not a tall guy.
How tall was he?
I think what I'm trying to understand here is that women. This is what I love about our women. They get all the best qualities that they can from out of a man, and if they can't get the final result, they'll go ahead and pick up and go to the next one to make a better concept of what they're looking for in that man. Same thing with us. If I'm looking at you 34, 20, 8 and 36, whatever that nigga Pablo said, and you got all these other qualities, but your intellect, man, you at a 90, your IQ at a 90. I can't deal with that too much longer. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get where I'm at?
I get you. At the same instance, Julius, I have cultivated a couple ones that I'm like, shit, I need your mind to be right there. And I have to explain to them, listen,
I understand
you don't
that,
read enough, baby.
But see,
When
I
come up,
can't have anybody who does not. Okay, so it's certain shit that you can't bend or flex on. Period. Okay. And then there are other things that are malleable. So you can.
What the fuck that mean?
It means like you're able to mold it. You're able you're able to bend those rules or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's some shit that you can't.
Right.
So stupid, I can't. I can't.
Right.
Because I'll call you stupid by accident.
Oh, not aware. Well, that's your word. Yeah.
I'm going to call you stupid.
I
I'm
can't
like,
call
all right,
nobody
dummy.
stupid. I was stupid at one point.
But I appreciate you, Julius, for calling in, young man.
No problem, man.
Yes,
No problem. Hey, man, y'all, man, I hate to say this, man, but Queen Elizabeth, man, even though she ain't dead and shit, just you know,
she ain't dead. She's somewhere.
No.
They hit her.
No. Let me finish. Y'all need to go check out that movie Belle, and then you'll see why she's so reigned over all these other islands and all this other shit. Because technically, when you're a trustee of somebody else's stuff and you got to transfer that particular piece of paper over to another person, I don't want the illiterate person taking over that estate. I need to go get my own houses and stuff back.
Okay.
So you just look at it like that. Go check out that movie, y'all. And just
it's
put
on
the
Netflix.
pieces together. It's you better find it. You better find it somewhere. That's all I can tell you. It's hard to find it.
Okay.
No, it's one of those movies again? That Belle.
Okay.
Belle.
Got you.
All right.
Yes, sir.
And stop and leave the anime niggas alone, Dave. You hear me? Leave them alone.
I'm gonna bring a bunch of them up here one day.
Julius,
let me explain.
Are you an anime dude?
Let me explain to you something real quick.
That means he's an anime.
No. Let me explain something to you real fast. Now I'm gonna leave you alone. The god Bodahama, who is the god of martial arts, is a black man. Unfortunately, that black man got tore down to a certain degree, where the Japan niggas got all that information, and then they turned it around and gave it to the Chinese so that they can allude it to that.
Originally black art, Dave.
Okay. Thank you. And then the Chinese took it, and then they wanted. They turned around. They turned around, and then they gave it to you in their image. Now the people that's watching anime really know who they are. It's unfortunate that they got to watch it in another face. That's all I'm saying. Pick up Hidden Colors 3, then you hear what I'm talking about.
Period.
I didn't see Hidden Colors 1, 2. I didn't see the shit.
If you seen it, then you should have made that puzzle piece connect.
I never. You know what? I'm gonna go back because I ain't heard no shit about no anime because I don't fuck with no cartoon.
But you didn't hear nothing about the Bodahama. You didn't hear nothing about the God of martial arts.
I know.
I'm gonna need to check that out
again,
big bro.
Superman was originally an African character.
I meant because he draws his he draws his strength from the sun. I picked up all that shit. I'm talking about
the Horseman.
I'm just talking about the anime that's out there now. I'm not talking about
the anime that's out there now give you more of a better storyline and plot about what's going on in the real world than you watching something else right now. So
basically, Julius is an anime type of dude.
No. What I'm saying to you is this. I understand. Hold on. No, you got on that topic about that, and I'm trying to make sure that my brother don't get hurt about some stuff that he don't want to,
I don't fuck with anime guys. Julius, I love you.
I'm gonna bring some to the studio, but y'all
get your back together. Cause my back ain't. Hey, look. Anime niggas back just don't be hurting. God, I just got finished work.
I ain't an anime
hey man,
nigga.
I worked out yesterday.
I'm a swimmer. I know how to butterfly.
I'm just saying. Why your back hurting then, guy?
Because I'm out here butterflying on some pussy. What you out here butterflying in? Nothing.
On pussy, on work, on job, and back is excellent. I'm trying to make another baby, Julie. What the fuck we doing?
Oh man, get them babies out there, man. I'm gone, man. I love y'all.
Love you too,
guys.
All right, y'all.
We appreciate y'all. Next week, have another beautiful. I'm about to say Julie. Another beautiful topic about what's going on. And if you're an anime dude, I need you to call in because I don't really fuck with them. Tip, give them a pass.
Of course I do.
Mark, Mark just neutral over there. He just roll whatever.
He's
You know what I'm
Switzerland.
saying? So, Britain and all that type of shit. But we'll see y'all next week. Tiff, you have a beautiful weekend because you got another event coming up.
Yeah.
Party and everything. Mark, get that money out there, man. Detroit